Hi, my name is Joe, and today we're going to be reacting to the I don't even know what this is anymore. If I sound tired, it's because I am. I may or may not have been up until like 5 a.m. watching Capcom Cup Street Fighter $1 million tournament thing. If you care about fighting games and you're watching Capcom Cup, let me know in a comment. Oh my god, Vale gets her third alt. There are other engaged characters, I promise. She's a Red Tome Cav. Please tell me she doesn't have another Power Creep C slot within like a year of her release. So we have Gentle Fell Egg. We got Slaying. HP plus 5 and attack res plus 6. Potentially new power creep in weapon. I use power creep a bit loosely, but maybe in the future we're gonna start seeing more flat stats given in weapons, just in general. But anyway, at start of player or enemy phase, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants reduce damage from AoEs by 80%? Whoa. We got Blessable Goto, and assuming this unit is still gonna do the Veil thing, she's gonna have Drive Scowl on top of that, so this is already really good support. 80% is like literally Goto, right? And this is dual phase, okay. And then the Resonance Blades and Resonance Shields, that's normal for Veil. And if unit initiates combat or is within 2 of an ally, grants bonus to units attack res equal to 20% of units res, and 20% res-based true damage. And unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and and if res is greater than foe's res plus 10, you get Brave. Yikes. So, not a very long weapon, but definitely a strong weapon. I don't know why she has all these flat stats, though, like the HP plus 5 and attack res plus 6. On top of Crystalline Water, that's just a lot of what she needs for free. Interesting. Yep, and she has a Power Creep C slot again. Why? She has 3 alts and 3 Power Creep C slots. Whatever. But then we have a new Tier 5 Far Trace skill, it looks like. Far Resound. Cancel remaining minimum 1. Deals damage to unit as combat. Oh my. Okay, so this is like Resonance. Okay, 20% of X. X equals units max HP. Minus 20. Blah, blah, blah. And then attack res minus 4. Unit deals damage equal to unit's HP at start of combat. Minus your current HP times 2. Max 12, minimum 6. And reduce its... Okay. I mean, this is literally just like Resonance with Trace built in, right? More or less. I haven't used Resonance so much myself. I never really had the fodder for it or the units for it. Yeah, this is more or less just Resonance with Trace built in, which is pretty interesting, even though Cavs could already get Resonance. And then she's got Fell Majesty. Oh boy. I mean, regular Mythic Veil, her C skill was just like more or less Drive Scowl, and that's about it. And based on her res. And then the Fallen Veil was Drive Scowl, but also Drive Scowl on the follow-up attack, which is like unique to that unit to this day. I don't know what else you could add to this besides like flat DR and true damage and like all that other stuff, or like making it within 3. So you have the Mystic Boost effect up there, interesting, including AoEs. Is that normal for like Mystic Boost to include AoEs, or is that unique to this unit? I feel like that's different, but definitely let me know. I'm too tired to fact check that, I'm sorry. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 of an ally, inflicts attack res minus 5, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 7, flat DR, and special charge plus 1 to unit per attack during combat, okay. And also Scowl before the first attack, and if range equals 2, Scowl on the second attack. Okay, so it has the Fallen Veil thing. Now what? For allies within 2 of unit, grants Attack, defense, res +5. They couldn't just make it the speed, but whatever. 7 flat DR. Okay. More support, like I said. And then for allies within 2 spaces of unit, you get the Scowl and follow-up Scowl. So the new stuff here, from what I can remember, is disabling Hexblade, including AoEs, which is really cool. And then the 7 flat DR. And, you know, flat DR and true damage are basically the name of the game here. It's really the name of the game for the last year, 6 months. And having another source of drive flat DR, definitely welcome. I don't know if this is a must pull, but this unit's drive AoE damage reduction, the Gotob effect of it being like 80%, that is honestly the most interesting part about this unit. Especially since they're a Cav with Brave as well. Yeah, true damage out the ass, true stats out the ass, drive AoE damage reduction is super interesting. Unfortunately, the follow-up Scowl somehow wasn't super impactful when Fallen Veil came out. I was really surprised at that, and I even did some testing with Fallen Veil versus like the new Yunaka, because Yunaka has follow-up attack special jump, which is still not that common. And yeah, Fallen Veil like barely helps with that, because she's brave. But yeah, I mean, this unit has more support, power creep support. Look at her taking no damage from Sonya. Like, the thing holding this unit back, IMO, is that it's within 2, that's Aether, finally getting an ult out of her rearmed unit Hell Jail. Colorless Beast Cav, okay. No C skill? Why do they do this? They release a lot of these OCs with like either no preference skill or like one of their skills completely empty, and I don't understand it. They did the same thing with Nidavellir, who is such a cool unit, and he would have been like one of the best units in the game if he actually had a preference skill. Anyway, I'm still salty. Nidavellir alt win. Anyway, for the record, I am not familiar with what normal A tier actually does. I know that she was like the only beast rearm, but I never got her. You never see her, and from what I remember, she was kind of booty cheeks. But beasts have gotten a lot of good support in the last year, like definitely one of the most supported archetypes. Like the last year, it's basically been the beast and armor renaissance. So let's see if this follows suit. We got Slaying. In 3x3, inflict Omni -5, guard, and if those foes have bonuses, inflict a penalty on those. Ooh, that's actually interesting support. So, for any foe within 3x3, she inflicts Omni -5, guard, and then on those foes, if they have bonuses, basically like a panic effect, but also grants a bonus to whoever that foe is in combat to, equal to the opposite of that. So she just basically inflicts a massive stat swing for her entire team, regardless of who they're in combat with. That's kind of cool. So the 5 by default is like decent, but then Panic Blade, I don't even know what to call this. Yeah, that can lead to a massive stat swing. So that's interesting. Then we have at start of combat, if units 25% or healthier, grants bonus to units, Omni equals number of foes within 3x3 times 3, max 9. I don't know why they couldn't just make this 14. I know why. It's because that she basically always inflicts -5 Omni to whoever she's in combat with, on top of the stat swing that comes with the rest of that. So that's why it's only 9, but, you know, it could have been 14, I think. Whatever. Then 20% speed-based true damage, 20% speed-based flat DR, and heal 7 after combat. I know all the Gale Force people are losing their mind seeing that, especially since she's a beast melee cav. But, you know, sucks to suck, I guess. And then she gets the melee beast cav transformation thing, which is really nice. And then she has Nimble Beast, which is really, really good. All these new beast specials have been, like, fantastic. And then we have Power Crept A slot and a new B slot. So let's start with the B slot because it's shorter. Bestial Agility. So this is Canto remaining +1, minimum 2, while transformed, which she probably always is. The new beast power creep thing in the last 6 months to a year has been easier transform conditions. There's no doubt going to be that in the A slot. If units transformed or healthier than 25% at start of combat, inflicts speed defense -4, 20% true damage based on the greater of unit speed or defense, excluding AoEs, and full no follow-up based on speed. Really, really solid. I guess this is just the same thing as what New Year's what's-her-name Bird Lady has. But I don't remember if what she had was limited to flyers, and then this is just for cavs. I'm not sure. I wish they showed the exclusivity in this instead of just only in-game, but we'll see. Anyway, A slot, Nihility's Undoing. Repeating the disclaimer, I do not remember what Ader's preference A slot did before, so I don't know how much better this is going to be. I can tell you at least immediately that it didn't have easier transform conditions. LOL. So yeah, first paragraph is just, well, first 2 paragraphs are the easier transform conditions, and then the turn 0 Aether Raids transform. Always solid for a beast unit to have. You're just always going to see this on modern beast units. It is what it is. Okay, Meat and Potatoes. If unit is transformed or foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at start of combat, grants Omni plus X plus 8 to unit and reduces damage from foe's attacks by X times 4 during combat. And X equals Clash. Okay, max 3. So she gets Omni plus 11. Okay. And then reduces damage by 12. And then also gets 12 special flat DR. That's a lot of stats when you take into the account the weapon debuffing a shitload, giving her 9, and then this gives her 13, and then you get 12 flat DR everywhere. Okay. So a ton of stats during combat is the name of the game with this unit, I guess. And then if unit's transformed or if foe's HP is 75% or healthier, grants Heavy Blade and 50% DR Shred. So, yeah, like I said, giant stat swing for you and the boys is kind of the name of the game. Her weapon being 3x3 and working for the entire team, regardless of who they're in combat with, like giving massive stat swings is pretty important for Omni tanks like Tamara or whatnot, but I don't know how impactful it will actually be. I don't think that a stat swing support is necessarily worth summoning for specifically, but I don't know. And if you're a colorless beast cav, you're already competing with the likes of Deer Man, who is pretty much the apex of that category to this day. She's getting like plus 20 to all stats here with like not that much support. Well, that Spring Mirabilis gives bonus doubler, right? Or am I making that up? Is this May? Or Mai? I'm losing my mind. Who is this? May? Unlisted voice. And yep, no stats during the combat, by the way. That's how you could tell this is the demo. Poor May. Anyway, Spring Air Egg inflicts Omni -5 on foes within 3x3. Cool. And neutralizes special cooldown charge plus X to those foe during combat. Okay. Interesting support, I guess. And at start of combat, if unit's HP is 25% or healthier, unit deals plus X times 5 during combat, max 20, and X equals number of foes within 3 of unit. X equals number of foes within 3 of target, including target. Okay. Wow. First part of this is whatever, but the second part, this is an inheritable green tome, and you can just give whatever old unit you want 20 true damage. Not bad. We're hoping to see more inheritables like this to level up your old favorites, because like I said, true damage is the name of the game right now. And then we have Glacies, attack speedo 3 on a demo, which is whatever, and then magic no follow-up, which is a really, really good skill. You get the piercing and full no follow-up. Really solid skill. And this is following the new trend of there being tier 4 skills on the demotes on these banners, which is nice. Magic no follow-up and this green tome can really level up one of your old favorite green tomes. Oh my. And then we have Plumeria and Olivia duo. Another Plumeria alt, and she's a Lance Flyer. Oh boy. So we have Springing Spear. Cancel remaining +1 minimum 2. 3 visible res. At start of turn grants Canto 1 to allies within 2 spaces of unit for a turn. For allies within 3x3 centered on unit, grants attack, defense, res +5. Couldn't just give us the speed. Ally deals +10 damage. Okay, 10 3x3 drive true damage. Huge. Grants special cooldown. Okay, let's relax here. This is already insane support, dude. 3x3, almost Omni +5. 10 true damage and special jump in 3x3 on a duo dancer just for existing. This isn't even like their dance or anything. Yeah, this is already one of the best dancers ever, right? Insane support already. And then, if there's an ally within 3x3 centered on unit, inflicts penalty on foes, attack defense equal to 20% of unit's res at start of combat, +6, unit deals 10 true damage, and 10 flat DR. And foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So yeah, they want this unit to fight, and then the support is insane. Let's move on to the new preference dance, Dreamlike Night. So we have dance, obviously, and if Canto has already been triggered by target ally, re-enables Canto. My gamer in Christ, we gotta stop with this Canto power creep. Between this and the Valentine's 3 Houses units and Legendary Sakura, yeah, this is cancer. And then inflicts attack defense res -7, Frozen and Sabotage on closest foes to target ally, and any foes within 2 of those foes through their next actions. Yikes. Wow, this unit is cracked, bro. This unit is cracked. So you get the re-enables Canto thing, which is crazy. You get Big Daunts and Seeking Frozen and Sabotage from your dance. Seeking Frozen from your dance is cracked. Come on now. And then we have Stronghold, Defense Res Discord, which is fantastic, and Shadow Smite. Can I pause my video, please? Thank you, YouTube. Shadow Smite 4. So we're finally getting a new version of Shadow Shift, and obviously it's Shadow Smite. So after your Canto triggers, you move however much your Canto is, and then you're able to use a unique version of Smite, which does not count as an assist. I have a whole like 20-minute video on Shadow Shift. If you're unfamiliar with it and want to know like the best uses for it, best users of it, same thing will apply to this. It's Smite this time, which is more offensive. Shadow Shift is more of a defensive thing because it's reposition. But yeah, it's the same exact skill. You still get the Omni +3 and 7 healing if you're within 3 of an ally, and then you can just use Smite. Really, really nice. More offensive Shadow Shift. And on a dancer specifically, being able to smite in your boys after you dance somebody, yeah, you're gonna see it here, bop. Right over that impassable terrain for the Cav. Crazy. And then we have Why is my YouTube not pausing? We have the Harmonized skill, which is grants Resonance Blades to unit and allies from the same title, and then if unit has not entered combat on the current turn, grants another action to unit, and if Canto has already been triggered, re-enables Canto to everybody that is a Heroes or Awakening unit, which is a lot of units and a lot of good units. This unit is cracked. She doesn't give flat DR, but she does give 10 true damage, which is really, really nice to support any unit that you want. And the GHB or Tempest Trial unit is going to be Lon Ku, who after all this time is finally getting a new alt. So that's really hype. I was really hoping to skip this banner. Honestly, I still might, but the things you're really here for on this banner are Veil's weapon giving 80% AoE damage reduction within 2, which is really, really nice, and you don't really see that much. The other main example of that is Mythic Goto, and he's obviously a Mythic locked unit, so now you have blessable AoE damage reduction not related to stones, and stones gives a bit less, but yeah, 80% basically turns it all off. The only thing that sucks is that she's a Cav, which means trying to use this unit on defense in like a save ball to avoid AoEs like Sigurd, kind of annoying, especially since this is in the weapon and not in the C slot. So if this was in the C slot and she was a Cav, you might get away with turning off the weapon, but unfortunately we're not living in that world. She's a Cav, ranged Cav, so she's going to be easily baitable on defense. But yeah, the support is good. But speaking of good support, this new melee Plumeria, being able to give your whole team some stats, 10 true damage, and inflicting Frozen and Sabotage, seeking after the dance, and re-enables the target's Canto, and has a cracked duo skill that like refreshes and re-enables Canto. She's crazy. I really don't want to summon on this because AHR is coming up, but yeah, we'll see. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in a comment below. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one, which I'm hoping isn't summoning on this banner, but we'll see. Have a good one. Bye.